Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. So, I apologize if I start stuttering or tripping over my words. I am just very exhausted and drained at the moment. I wanted to start this video off by answering some questions that I have been getting a lot on the videos of this garage build. The first question just came in on my phone, if you heard that. No, I'm joking. One of the most common questions I get is, Steve, are you putting any windows in this garage? No, I'm not. We are going to have our big garage door here, which is technically a quote-unquote single car garage. Now this garage is extra deep. I wanted to have some room back here in the area that I'm at now for a workbench, as well as an office space. But that opening there is a 9-foot wide by 8-foot tall garage door, and then we also have this 36-inch walk-in door here. Now the reason I am not putting any windows in is because that right there is the road. The previous structure that was here before was it was a carport, but this back section here had a framed wall with a window, as well as a window on this back wall, both of which were shattered. I am assuming it was because of a snowplow that went past, because it is so close to the road. Just wintertime, getting all that debris shot at it. So I decided, number one, even though I am putting a lot of this stuff on the internet, I do like my privacy. So let's say somebody drives past here one day and says, wow, somebody put a bunch of money into that house, so I wonder what they have in the garage. I don't want them to have any way to look in the garage to see what's in here. Not that really there's going to be of anything of value other than like a car and a computer, and a TV, big deal, oh well. But I didn't want to make it easy on somebody to see what we have in here. I'm not really concerned about natural light. I am kind of putting a lot of lighting in here. So, the lights that we're gonna have in, they're adjustable for the brightness and the type of light, whether you want the super bright light or like that kind of soft yellow light, you can adjust them. As well as I am gonna be putting these lights on dimmer switches. So, if I flip them on and I find I went a little overboard with the lighting, if it's a little too bright, we can always dim them down. So yes, that is why there will be no windows in here. Number one, I don't want them broken. Number two, I don't want prying eyes seeing anything in here. Now the second question I got was, what was I planning on doing with the roof? Since this ridge here, this ridge here runs parallel with the existing house. What was the plan for getting all the water to disperse and not just kind of sit in that valley? Well, if you follow me up on the roof, I'll show you guys. Okay, so here is the ridge of the garage roof. Obviously that's the ridge of my existing house. We put a ridge going from this new roof into the not quite middle of the existing roof. That way we could make another roof, a valley so to speak, so that we get all of the water pushing out this way. We don't have any water sitting in here. Now obviously I have pine needles in there, but just like any valley, no matter how steep it is, you're going to have some sort of accumulation there. So for anybody that's asked that question, I hope that answers it. And I hope you approve, because all of my roofer friends, they have approved. So that brings us to today's video. Let me get off this ladder and I'll give you the rundown on what we're doing. So I really don't even remember what the last video you guys saw was. Just like I said, I'm exhausted at the moment, but this stuff isn't going to get done unless I do it. So I'm just trying to push forward with more soffit and fascia. So the side I was working on in the previous video, I don't actually remember if you guys saw it finished, but it's all nice and finished, nice and straight. The soffits are lining up really nice. That F channel went up really nice. Now, I was out here working a little bit ago, and then I decided, hey, I should probably get my cameras out. You guys have been enjoying watching this process, so I might as well show you this as well. Hopefully, by the end of this video, Soffit and Fascia will be done. Anyways, I ran the F channel up here. I had to jump to J channel to bring this out here. And I ran the soffits all the way down. Well, start at the bottom, obviously, run them up. I need to bend up more fascia for this side. I need to make the box here, the fascia box here for this return, and then I can run my F channel back up the wall and then put my soffits in there. I have a little bit of framing and patching work to do right up here with the old siding, the old trim, and the old roof line, and then I will be good to do this. Now, once this is done and this gable's done, I have one more side up here to do, this gable here, but I need to finish some shingles outside there. Then, once that's all done, I can plastic off that big garage door opening and cut this overhang off right here, frame in my last wall, and run my electrical. So, woo! I just hope I can stay awake. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my cameras set up and get to work because I'm tired and I'm just kind of burning daylight now. So, let's have at it. Okay, so I have this little piece cut here and bent up for the box. I think I went a little bit far on that, or maybe not. Maybe it's just the way that metal's turning. Either way, this is going to be my box for the end of this overhang here. And then I bent these three pieces so that we can run the gable while we're out there. I did drop these down to six foot strips instead of 8 foot. Just a little bit easier to work with, especially being on a ladder, working on a gable. Okay, so here's a little rant I have just real quick, and I'm probably going to voice over most of this. I am putting up my F channel for this section right here. Now, with this span, it's a little difficult to hold a tape measure and get an accurate number. So, every math teacher I ever had that said I need to memorize all of these different formulas because I'm not going to have a computer in my pocket. Yeah, I mean, you're wrong. So stop pushing formulas and memorizations on kids and teach them research. All I did was measure the length here to center coming down. So I plumbed a line coming down. I measured the distance from my start point to the corner here, and then I measured from this corner up, took out the calculator that is in my pocket, and I know that the one leg is 49.5 inches and the other leg is, what was that, 84 3/4, 84.75, and that gives me a hypotenuse, this angle here, of 98.15, so what is that, 90 an eighth? Yeah, I think. About 98 inches. So I can cut a piece of F channel 98 inches long to get that. And guess what? I didn't have to get out a calculator and a pencil and paper and try to figure out what a squared plus b squared is, come up with c², and then take the square root. I didn't have to do any of that. I took out the calculator, the computer that was in my pocket, got my numbers, put them in, wham bam, thank you ma'am, we're going to cut a piece 98 inches long. Thank you. Okay, so there you go. The far end gable side is all soffit and fasciaed. The last thing I have to do is this side, as well as the front side gable that comes down into the existing roof. Now there's a couple issues that's preventing me from jumping up front and finishing that. My buddy Eric is on his way over now to kind of give me a hand with some shingle work, just tying it in where I overcut. I think I cut like 1.5 inches, not necessarily too far, just wanted a little bit of working room, so we had to patch that in. Now we have to kind of retie the shingles in, so I don't want to damage the entire roof. Eric's been doing roofing for, I don't even know, since we graduated high school, so he's very knowledgeable. He's very attention detail oriented. Sorry, it's Saturday, but it feels like Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and start chipping away at this side over here. I got to cut some of the old siding out from up here to make room for my trim work, my soffit and fascia, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, enjoy that. That's all going to be time lapse. If I think of anything that I might need to mention, I'll probably just voice over that.